We hope you enjoy the Disney Channel Fall Preview weekend. Until, this is Amanda Lilly. Lunchbox. Curious George, the curious little monkey. Oh, what fun to run and jump and play. Curious George, the curious little monkey. Let's go see what he's doing today. Curious George visits a hotel. Say hat and lovely conjure. There was Jonathan Bellboy. You go in the bag while you go in the baggage carriage. You look around, but don't get in trouble. George is curious. He takes all the baggage and carries away ton. George was inside. Then he was curious. Then George was curious. George pressed the button. What the? Mikey the bellboy was being crazy with all that baggages. All of them. Then Mikey and George was here. Who did all that? It was that monkey over there. He did. Meanwhile, George spied a necklace. Way up in the chandelier. He gave the necklace to He gave the necklace to necklace to Whitney. I'm very upset with you carrying a lot of baggage, but you totally made up for finding Whitney's necklace. I'm very proud of you. George, you're a good hero. Then he gave him a kiss. don't think how lovable that was. George, I finally found you. Meanwhile, the man in the yellow hat came by. George, I finally found you. You picked up all the stacks for the Whitney's room. Let's go home. Shh, shh, and spend the night at Whitney's house. Shh, shh, shh. After they pack up the suitcase, shh, 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 shh. And then they spend the night at the hotel. Shh. Eh, 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 eh. Paddington, Trouble at the Beach. Paddington, Trouble at the Beach. Eh.
To mark Paddington's first visit to the seaside, Mr. Brown fitted him out with all the things he might need in an emergency. Paddington wasn't the sort of bear who believed in taking too many chances, so he decided to wear everything at once, just to be on the safe side. Some of the waves had looked quite large through his opera glasses. All the same, it was a nice, exciting smell in the air, and so many different things to do, it was a job to know which to start on first. In the end, he decided to sit down and think the matter over. Help! That'll be 10 pence, please. 10 pence. Paddington looked most aggrieved. He'd never heard of anyone having to pay 10 pence to sit in a deck chair before, especially one that didn't work. Don't worry, I'll pay. In fact, we'll have 6, please. You can keep the change. Thank you, sir. At once, sir. Perhaps the young gentleman would like to do some sunbathing. I'll get him a mattress. I may do some shaved bathing, said Paddington firmly. Bears do shaved bathing. They get sunstroke easily. That's why Aunt Lucy made me wear a hat. How about going in for a hairy knees competition? You do all right at that. I know what. We'll have a sandcastle competition. We'll see who can build the best one. Super! Bags, we start now. Let's all go in different directions. How about it, Paddington? Judy's words fell on deaf ears. Paddington was anxious to test his bucket and spade, and he hurried off without further ado. Don't go too far away, called Mrs. Bird. And watch the tide. Paddington was already hard at work. He decided that his sandcastle would be the biggest and best that had ever been made. The pile of sand got larger and larger until he disappeared from view entirely. When at long last Paddington stood back to admire his handiwork, he really felt very pleased with himself. Admittedly, 1 or 2 of the towers could have been straighter, and the drawbridge looked a trifle rickety, but considering it had all been done by Paul, it wasn't at all bad. What with all his hard work, the sunshine, and the sound of the waves breaking on the shore, he was soon fast asleep. Paddington had no idea how long he slept, but when he woke, he found to his surprise that he was lying flat on his back. From somewhere close at hand, he could hear people talking. "I can see the headline now," said a voice, strangely like Mr. Brown's. "Lone Bear crosses Atlantic on deck chair. Hundreds of days without food or water," added another voice, just like Jonathan's. Paddington pinched himself several times to make sure he wasn't still dreaming, and then sat up. "Lesson number 1 with sandcastles," said Mr. Brown, "is never build them right by the water's edge. Not when the tide's coming in. It's been washed away." Paddington gazed at the spot where he'd been working. "My castle's been washed away?" he repeated bitterly. "It's a good job you weren't washed away with it. You might have been drowned, or ended up in France. The thing is, what do you want to do now?" Paddington considered the matter for a moment. "I think," he announced, "I may sit in my deck chair and wait for the tide to wash my sandcastle back in again." "I don't know if we shall have time for that, Paddington," said Mr. Brown tactfully. "How about buying some postcards instead?" Paddington thought that was the best idea he'd heard for a long time. He'd seen some very good ones in a shop on the promenade. And later that day, much later, he sent one to his Aunt Lucy at the Home for Retired Bears in Peru. On the front, there was a picture of the very beach he'd been on, and on the back he wrote, "Having a wonderful time. Wish you were here. Today I built my first sandcastle, but I'm afraid it went out with the tide. Love, Paddington." And before posting it, he added his special paw mark to show that it was genuine.